Hello, it's Grant here with the second part of the Rubik's Cube tutorial using the beginner's solution. And in this section we have already a white plus sign, and what we're going to be doing is solving 1, 2, 3, 4 white corners. Now, this may seem more difficult or easier than you think. It just depends on who you are. And it's actually quite simple. It's mainly a lot of logic, but there are about 3 sequences, about 3 that are, about three or 4 moves that are the most common, but by no means memorize them. Just understand what they do. So for example, here is one corner. Let's just examine it. It is orange, green, and white. It needs to go where the orange, green, and white centers meet. And since I have green right here, orange right here, and white right here, it goes where they meet, which is right here. Okay, so if you just think about it, what's the most logical way to get this corner with the white side going to face down right here? And it's simple. You just use the push method. So you're just going to take it and push. But wait. Uh-oh. We have a slight problem. We have a slight problem. Although it's in the right place, green, orange, and white, we messed up our white plus. See, we have no more plus sign. We have some random little yellow piece here. And God forbid we do that. So, how might we get this corner here without messing up this piece? And the answer is by connecting them. So what I'm going to have to do is take this corner, and that needs to go here, by doing this piece, and I need to move it out of this layer, but still keep it on the top. So that's kind of easy. I'm just going to take it, and I'm going to move it to the side. So it's right here. So now I'm going to take this piece, which I don't want to destroy, and move it up into the second layer, and I'm going to take the corner and move it back where it originally was, and see, now they're connected, and I'm going to move them back down. See? And now it's in the right place. Now there is a shorter sequence to do that, but it's not as quite logical, and this is just simpler to think about. So if you look at it, this corner looks quite nice. It just fits right there. So now we're going to do the same thing to some other ones. So here is the green, red, and white corner, and it needs to go where the green, red, and white sides meet, which is right here. So we're going to take it, and if I push it down, I mess up my white cross. So what I need to do is move it out of the way, move the cross up, connect it with the cross, and then move the cross back down, and my corner is magically in place. But it's not magic because you understand it now. And that's how it gets to the place. So here's a similar one right here. Okay, but this is backwards, kind of. Not really, actually. Backwards for me, not for you. Okay, so white, and it needs to go here. So if I move it down, I mess up my cross, so I can't do that. So I move it out of that layer. I'm going to move my cross up, move the corner back over, and move the cross down. And now I'm down to my last corner, the red, blue, and white one. Now this is the hardest thing for people to solve, because the white side is on top. So if I were to take it over where it needs to go, there's no way I can use the push method to get it where it needs to go. The white corner will never wind up on bottom using like that. So what I have to do is I have to flip the corner over. So how I'm going to do that is I'm just going to, since this corner is useless, this isn't a corner I'm worried about, I'm just going to move aside, which effectively flips the corner, but you have to watch out because I'm breaking my cross. But now I'm going to take my corner right here, move it out of this layer, which is easy. I can just move it here, and then move this layer back down. So now I've still got my cross and everything, and now my corner is right here, and my white side is on the side and not the top. So now I'm going to take my corner, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to move it back over the corner it needs to go, and it needs to go here, and my corner is right here. So I'm going to move it around the cube right here, and it needs to go here. So I'm just going to move it to the side, move the layer up, move it back to the side, and then move the layer down. And then I have solved the first layer. Congratulations! If you can do this, you have solved 1/3 of the cube. And just doing this is fairly impressive to some people who don't know anything about Rubik's Cubes. You can say, look, I can solve, 33% of the Rubik's Cube, which is pretty nice. And using this, there is no memorized sequences so far, it's just pure logic. So, let's just, I'm going to use a different example. Right here, I have the reverse of what I've been showing you. Instead of the white sticker being on this side, it's now over here. So, you don't do the same sequence. So don't try to memorize the sequences, memorize the logic. Okay? So using the push method, this piece would have to do this. So, I'm just going to move it out of this layer by doing this. Move the layer up. Here's the white cross. Connect it, and then move it back down. Okay, I hope that makes sense. So you have the whole thing. And I'm just going to do a review of the hardest case, which is when you have the white sticker on top. So just put it over the unsolved corner, move it, which flips it, move it out of the layer that you turned. So I'm just going to move it to the side over here, right here, move the layer back down, and then you have it where you can do the push method. See? Push. So I'm going to move it to the side, over, back, and then down. And I've got the entire first layer solved. Voila!